Welcome, Earthly Souls, to my channel, Earthly Soul Tarot. My name is Daniel. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys, for this collective reading. Of course, remember to take what resonates, leave the rest behind, okay? And remember, this reading is timeless. So let's go ahead and jump in to today's energy, okay, you guys? Let's see what is it that is going on, what does Spirit need you to know at the moment, and what is coming up ahead. Okay, so the first card you are getting is the Hanged Man in reverse. The Two of Wands upright. I'm hearing somebody made an important decision, okay, off the bat. So this could be you. You could have recently made a very important decision, okay, and then you're getting Justice in reverse, okay. I don't know why I'm getting the sense of, like, especially with that Justice card in reverse, a little bit of doubt when it comes to the decision you made, and 111 on the time as I say that. You could start feeling a little bit, doubtful. Maybe you're overthinking the decision. Maybe you feel like you've made, some type of wrong turn. Okay, is what I'm getting. For some reason you don't feel satisfied, okay? It's as if, this was supposed to be something that, brings you growth and acceptance, but for some reason you're having trouble accepting something. Let's see what else we can get about this decision. Spirit, what is this decision about? What is this decision about, Spirit? Judgment. Okay. Right after that Justice card in reverse. Let's get a little bit more specific energy here for this decision. So this is something that you really had to use your intuition for, I feel. Okay, I don't want to start, blurring things out because I want to wait till we kind of get an oracle, but I feel like I kind of know where this is going somewhat. The Temple. Okay, so this could be a decision having to do with the place you live, your home, okay, or with your body, okay, however it resonates. For some of you, this is something that has to do with your body, okay? I feel like you regret something. I don't know, maybe you recently got some work done, or and I know that sounds very superficial, but that's just the energy I'm getting here. Maybe you chose to do something. Maybe you just got, it could be as simple as a bad haircut. You know what I mean? But there's something here about it that is really affecting you for some reason. And I feel like it's not as small as I'm thinking it is, okay? So what are we getting here? Apocalypsis we're getting here, which is, this is like the ending of something, okay? The ending of something. And then Gnosis, which I actually don't know what this card means, you guys, but the energy that it's giving me is like an illusion of some type, okay? I feel like whatever decision you made, the reason why you're like, I almost want to say overreacting about it, is because you feel like this is the end all be all. You feel like you can't go back from this, whatever this energy is, okay? I don't know why it's such a difficult energy to read. But whatever it may be, maybe the decision itself is not important. Maybe what's important right now is the fact that you are not trusting yourself, the fact that you aren't secure in your decision, okay? And that's obviously never a good thing. We want to make sure that we are moving throughout life with certainty, because that is the energy that we want to get back from Spirit, okay? And so if we approach a situation confused or feeling unsure about ourselves, Spirit's not going to know what to do with that energy, you know what I mean? You're getting the Wheel of Fortune as I say that. So give good things and you're going to be receiving good things, okay? Do you know what I mean? Like whatever you put in, you're going to be getting out. So make sure that you're keeping, a close eye on, the way you speak to yourself, the way you think about yourself, the energies that you're throwing out there when it comes to whatever it is that you just made a decision about. And I know it's not as easy as it sounds, but that is why you are here. I mean, let's go ahead and see if we can get some advice from Spirit. Spirit, what advice can we get here for collective? Can we get some advice / answers? The Five of Swords in reverse, okay? And this card is all about, I almost want to say like clearing the air, okay? Organizing things, because usually the Five of Swords upright is chaos. It's confusion. It's distrust even. It's just arguments, people not being on the same page, right? But it's in reverse. So I do feel like this could have been something to having to do with other people as well. Again, this energy of this decision, it's like all over the place. But answer slash advice is that things will be cleared up very soon. Okay, so if there are arguments that you've been having, yeah, the Queen of Swords is popping up here in your energy as well. You're going to be able to kind of like, you know, poof poof poof, like get rid of those issues, get rid of these arguments, clear the air again. With your actions, okay? So I feel like, yes, although you are feeling like whatever decision that you made, you know, you might be overthinking it, I do feel like you guys, you know, you made the right decision. Whatever it was, you're on the right path. You're just not treating it that way. You know what I mean? 555 on the time as I say that, you guys. So we're getting the Dreamer of Swords, and in this deck, the Dreamer is the Page. And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And so this to me, and I actually pulled these two cards earlier in a personal reading I was doing for myself, which is crazy. Because the energy I was getting from this Six of Pentacles in reverse was somebody that is self-sufficient, right? And so right now I feel like Spirit is calling you to be very self-sufficient, okay? Taking care of your things, your priorities, and not, you know, stepping in to be a helping hand to everyone but yourself, you know what I mean? And the Page of Swords, you know, doing things differently, looking for different ways in which you can show up for yourself, okay? Not just in the mundane, but like in new things, you know, bringing up new routines to yourself, or just having new conversations with yourself, okay? That also in time builds a lot of self-trust, which is something that I feel like this reading is kind of about, you know, you not trusting yourself enough, okay? I really do feel like it's not about this decision. It's just the fact that you are someone that is very indecisive. You're very untrusting of yourself. You're not sure of yourself, okay? And so you got the Magician at the bottom of the deck here. Spirit wants to come in and reassure you that you have all the tools, you have the knowledge, the wisdom, you are fully equipped, okay, to do the job. So, you know, just know that you are doing the job correctly, okay? That's kind of just something that Spirit wants to let you guys know. Let's see, what is coming up in Collective's future, Spirit? What is coming up in your future? How are the energies moving? What are we building towards here, Spirit? Okay, the Four of Swords in reverse. So, action, 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 okay? No more rest. I almost turned Australian there, you guys. I said nor. No more rest, okay? Something's definitely coming here, okay? The Two of Swords in reverse. That is going to be clearing a blockage of some sort. You're going to be able to see clarity, okay? For the first time in a long time, I do feel, okay? You're also getting this is, my goodness, what card is this? This is the Devil card here, okay? The Devil card, you got a few cards here, you guys. I don't know if I should read all of them, but I feel like, whatever, let's just do it. The Devil's popping up in your energy, okay? When it comes after this moment of clarity. So we're going to clarify if that Devil is, you know, talking about this Two of Swords in reverse, okay? The Eight of Wands, again, something coming at you quickly that is going to bring you some type of clarity, and it's going to make you have to act fast, okay? But again, there's that underlying Devil energy, which we will jump into in a moment. The Hierophant in reverse, as well as the Five of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So I don't know why, you guys, but for some reason, these two cards together are giving me the energy of an offer that someone is going to be giving you or presenting to you, that is going to seem like it's going to solve all your problems, okay? But it's not really the way that you should go. It's not the decision that you should make. And I don't know if now I'm maybe reading this reading backwards. Maybe this has to do with that decision that you're going to be making or you have made that you don't feel happy about. I feel like this is kind of a full circle moment, you guys. Whoa, what is going on? Okay, hold on. I need to pull an oracle for this because this is way too calculated, okay? As I say that, the riddle pops out of the oracle. This is way too calculated. It's like a perfect little riddle that Spirit is kind of like waiting for you to solve here. Spirit, can we get some answers about what this Devil energy is? Why is the Devil here? Why is the Devil here, Spirit? I feel like this reading just took a turn somewhere. I don't know where. The Nectar. Okay, and when I pull this card, I always see this as like your energy source. I say that all the time. The nectar is your energy source. Um, hmm. I feel like somebody gave you a false sense of hope. Okay, and I know that sounds harsh, but that's just what I'm getting here. Somebody made you believe that you could do something a certain way, and this person, this energy might have had good intentions, collective. I'm not saying that this person, is the devil. But what I'm saying is they weren't giving you the right advice, okay? They did not give you the correct offer. Like, you took the wrong offer. And even if this person had good intentions, they don't know you. They don't know your energy, okay? They don't know your strengths. And so I feel like you chose to take a path that was a path that you had to use your weaknesses to walk through, okay? When you should have taken the path where, you had already trained for. It's like kind of you're doing things out of order is almost what I want to say. This is very, very, very weird. Spirit, what else can we get about this? What else? What else? What now? What now that we've made this decision? And again, for some of you, this could still have to happen, okay? The Ace of Pentacles is popping up. So because you chose this, okay, because obviously you went down this certain path, new things are popping up, okay? You might start noticing like little shifts in your day-to-day life. Like weird things. I don't know, I'm getting like glitches, okay? Weird glitches, weird like happenings. People maybe acting ways that you've never seen them act like before. You could even be feeling inclined to like do things differently, like take a different route to work, or I don't know, extend your break time. I don't know. You guys know what I mean? Like there's an energy of things changing around you, because I mean this is quite literally like you literally jumped, how do I say it? Like jumped timelines, okay? And so now your reality is kind of portraying that as well. The Lord of Cups, which is the King of Cups, okay? I do feel like you have a lot of emotional baggage, okay? But you are using it to your advantage. Okay. Alright, you guys, I'm so sorry I was interrupted there for a second. But as I was saying, the Lord of Cups, which is the King of Cups in this deck, I do feel like you have a lot of emotional baggage, like I said, but you are going to be using this emotional turmoil that you've dealt with in the past to help you grow throughout this new process, okay? That means, you are going to be using your intuition. You're going to be listening to your gut a lot more. And you're also going to be using the lessons that you've learned from your past in order to help you face, the new lessons that you are about to learn right now. And I want to see if we can get a specific message in regards to this new path that you are taking, okay? And see if there's anything that Spirit wants you to focus on or maybe meditate on throughout this path that might help you, deal with things that arise, okay? And you are getting the comic, which is, the funny card in this deck. And this card honestly tells us, Spirit, collective, to not take things so seriously. And I'm also seeing like this as like, don't take everything at its face value, okay? So things may seem kind of, negative face to face, but then when you start to dig deep, you realize how helpful something was, okay? And then vice versa. Sometimes things seem very positive and very, almost quote unquote too good to be true. And then when you look at it, it's like, well, that wasn't really all that. It didn't really bring me that much growth. I could have taken a different route, kind of like hand in hand with maybe this decision, this route that you've chosen to take. So yeah, again, do what you will with that. But just don't take life so seriously, you guys. Don't take this, be gentle with yourself, okay? Sometimes it's good to just laugh at ourselves and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I shouldn't have done that. But, you learn from it. You really do. And I feel like especially you will learn from this because you are this King of Cups. You're in this King of Cups energy where you know how to take things that, could damage you and turn them into something that can actually help you grow, fertilize you, I almost want to say. Spirit, any last messages for collective as we end this reading? Okay, let me grab that card that just fell, you guys. Okay, and you are getting the Dreamer of Wands, which is the Page of Wands in this deck. Okay, and so the energy of the Page of Wands is somebody that has a lot of excitement, somebody that has a lot of motivation. Okay, you're excited to start something new here. Okay, you may not know all the answers, okay, at the moment, but for some reason you feel okay with that, okay, which is something that I feel like you're not used to. I do feel like you are someone that likes to always know what's gonna happen, but this time you don't. But you're not upset with that, okay? You're actually very okay with that. I also see a sense of like curiosity and like wonder when it comes to like, oh, what's gonna happen next, you know? Like, I've chosen this path that I usually wouldn't take, you know, ever, and now things are starting to shift. Now people are starting to look different to me and sound different. What's gonna happen now? Like, I wonder, you know? And that excitement, that curiosity, you know, is going to push you further, and it's going to make you want to keep, you know, working towards yourself and your life and just everything in general. You know what I mean, you guys? And so I do see it as a very happy, exciting, youthful energy here. So again, despite maybe you taking a wrong turn, okay, a detour, as you know, we can say it like that. I mean, despite you taking this detour, I feel like the scenic view is going to be a nice one to look at. Okay, so yeah, maybe you added an hour, 2 hours to your route, but you have nice views. You don't have as much traffic. Do you know what I mean? And so learn how to take that and, you know, use it to your advantage. Okay, and remember that you are in control. You are powerful. All right. And you are very emotionally intelligent. And so I do feel like you can get through this and anything else that you face in the near future, you guys. Okay, you guys, that is the reading for today. I know it was kind of strange. I feel like the energy today was a little bit mixed up, a little bit, you know, unclear again, especially with this like riddle card. Like, this whole reading felt like a riddle. But I hope it did resonate, okay? And I hope it helped, or at least brought you some clarity, and I wish you guys the best of luck with this endeavor. Remember that you are amazing. I love you so much, you guys. And of course, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. And go find me on TikTok. I post daily readings and messages on there. So yeah, you might want to go look for me on there if you're on there. Okay, you guys, love you, good night, and I'll see you on the next one.